Today, in part 2, I finish up my gambling journey on the Majestic Princess. Will I achieve my goal of securing a free room? Let's find out. So here we are, night 3 on the Majestic Princess, gambling on a cruise to try and win a free cruise. In terms of the casino, played the same strategy that I played on night 1. Would expect that my points were roughly the same as well. Haven't been able to check yet because the casino is closed, but before I start tonight, we'll go check my points and see how I'm tracking towards my goal. In terms of the strategy tonight, I think I'm going to try something a little bit different because I am up still, and I really don't want to give that money away. So at this point where I'm at with my points and my bankroll, the name of the game is maximizing points and minimizing risk. We'll see tonight where I will be at relative to what I was earning on the first 2 nights. One more thing I wanted to mention about last night, and this goes back to my tip about the importance of paying attention and not drinking when you're at the craps table. Before I colored up on the table, I had counted all of my chips, and I double-checked. I knew the exact amount of money that I had that I was coloring up for, but when they handed me my final count, it was about $100 below what I had counted myself. Now, if I wasn't paying attention, if I didn't know what I had given them, I conceivably could have just taken those chips and left, and I would have been shorted $100. But because I knew what I actually gave them, I was like, hey, hold on, I don't think that's the right number. They went back, they recounted, they double-checked, they got the number right. My main point of telling this story is not to knock on the dealers or on Princess or anything like that. It's to educate you to make sure that you are paying attention to what's going on the table. Dealers are human, they make mistakes. Yes, on cruise ships, they tend to be a little bit less experienced. That just means you just need to watch them. You need to make sure you know what's going on and you know what you should be getting paid, and just stay on top of everything. So that's where we're at, starting night 3. Hopefully it's a good night. Fingers crossed. All right, we're back. Day 4 on the Majestic Princess. Recapping last night, night 3, a bit of a miss on my part. Didn't end up playing at all. A couple of reasons for this happening. First of all, I got to the casino late. I didn't get there when I usually get there. Second reason, they've been super inconsistent when they've been opening up the craps table. Some nights it opens at 7. Some nights it doesn't open until 8. Some nights it's 7:30. People get there early. They open it early. It's very inconsistent. So between getting there late and them opening the craps table early, I didn't get to play at all because the table was full by the time I got there. One piece of good news, however, only 7 points away from the 3,000 point level, which would get me that interior room and $100 free play. Also good news, bankroll is looking okay. We are positive on the trip, actually. Last night, got back to the room, was thinking about whether I wanted to go for the extra 1,000 points to 4,000, which was my original goal, or just get my 7, 8 last points on something like video poker and slots. I didn't really want to risk the additional bankroll just to get some more free play because I'm already up on the trip and I'm so close to 3,000 points. I basically nailed it exactly in 2 nights of play. To me, it didn't make sense to keep pushing and risking more money to potentially just get a couple extra $100 in free play. The other reason I'm not pushing to 4,000 has a lot to do with how Princess tracks table points. And this is actually one of my least favorite things about the Princess Casino. You cannot check in real time how many table points you have. You have to wait until the next day, until the casino opens, and then you have to have a pit boss scan your medallion, and then they will tell you what your table point total is. Your last day doesn't count. So you have until midnight on your second to last day to accumulate points in the casino. Now, unfortunately, if you're playing table games, you won't even be able to tell how many points you got on that last night because they don't update in real time. They could only tell you the day after, and at that point, it's too late to get additional points for rewards. That makes it really difficult to plan out an exact strategy for how many points you want to accumulate. So effectively, your time to gamble is cut by another day because you want to be able to track your points. Now, some of you may not care. For me, I like to be exact. I like to have a goal and hit that point level exactly. For all of those reasons that I just laid out, I'm going to stick at my 3,000 point level, get my 7-8 additional points tonight in the casino, confirm that they do combine table and slot points. I'm 99% sure they do. I just want to confirm with a host that they do, because that would be a disaster if I came 7 points short. Once I make that confirmation, I'll be at a level that I'm happy with. I'm up on the trip, so just going to enjoy the rest of my trip and take my free interior room with $100 in free play. Here we are. We've made it to the end. Effectively the last day of the cruise if you are a casino player trying to secure a see you soon offer. Technically, we've got one more day at sea tomorrow before we get back to Fort Lauderdale on Saturday morning, but for casino players trying to get those instant rewards, your points do stop counting at midnight of the second to last night. So tonight. As for me, I've basically been done in the casino after the first 2 nights. Last night I played slots for about 10 minutes. I think I lost $1, but I got my last 8 points that I needed. So I am at 3,001 points, which should be good enough for that interior room, $100 free play, instant casino offer. Happy with that. Happy with my decision to stop playing at the 3,000 point level. I didn't think it was worth pushing to 4,000 because I was so close to that 3,000 after 2 nights. Since today is the last port day, what I like to do today is my chores, my paperwork, preparing for my next cruise. First thing I want to do, I'm going to sound a little bit like a princess shill, but this is a no-brainer, is to do the future cruise deposit form. This is basically an instant 15% return on your money minimum. Most people will get between $25 and $50 in onboard credit for their $100 deposit, completely refundable. Even if you're on the fence, if you don't even think you might come back, you'll get it back anyway, so there's zero risk, and you'll get that onboard credit. The other thing I like to do today on the last port day is go down to guest services and turn in all of my Princess gift cards. This process takes some time. It's a bit of a pain for the guest services people to do it, so I always like to go when it's slow on a port day and there's nobody else waiting in line, there's nobody else waiting behind you. Just makes them much more likely to want to help you out and put all those gift cards on your account. Last thing I'm doing today, cashing out my slot credit at the casino cashier. Don't forget to do that. They won't give it to you automatically. You have to go to the cashier and ask to be cashed out. So there you have it. We've accomplished what we've set out to do. We got that free cruise secured. Hopefully everything will be fine on the back end and I'll actually get the offer on my last night, but I'm pretty sure there won't be an issue. So for now, just going to enjoy the rest of my cruise, enjoy the last sea day, and then I'll see you guys back here for the final cruise recap and review and my thoughts on this entire journey as a whole.